Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Leo, Sun, Moon or Rising. It's your weekly reading, Leo, for December 2nd to the 8th. We have the Akasha Oracle card. We have the Star, the Six of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, Temperance, and the Nine of Pentacles. So interesting reading here, Leo. Definitely a big theme of recalibrating your life at the moment, getting back into balance, some healing, emotional alignment, stability. They're the big themes for you. And that's going to serve you really well if you can focus on that process at the moment. I think it's going to lead to obviously much greater abundance, new opportunities coming in for you. But it all starts with getting yourself right first, getting that emotional energy of life back into balance. Now I'm just going to start with that Oracle card, Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided, and we have angelic forces here. We have the Star, we have the Ace of Pentacles. There's strong divine guidance in your reading. Okay, Akasha exists in the fifth dimension and the library of souls. All soul contracts, history, gifts, lessons, and more exist here. We each have access to the information of the past, present, and future, and we can tap into it at any time. While we have free will, there are also points on the timeline of our lives that are predestined or pre-planned, soul contracts or agreements that were made before incarnating. It could be a company you chose to work for, a relationship you plan to have, or a person you agreed to mentor or help. Whatever it is, know that it is divinely guided and that it will not bypass you. Interesting. So it's really drawing your attention, Leo, to the fact that everything really is, the big themes in life are put in place before we get here. So even if we're going through a difficult time, we may have signed up for that, for our soul's evolution. And I feel like some of you are coming out of a difficult time, and really the focus at the moment is on healing, is on regenerating, renewal, restoration, all of that kind of thing. I mean, these two cards here are strongly divinely guided. We have angelic forces, we have the universal guidance here under the Star energy. So I think you are coming out of a situation that was predestined, was pre-planned, and it possibly was a challenging one for you, linked to a life lesson, something that you needed to experience and learn before you could move on to more light-hearted experiences. So, the Star comes in, to help us, or actually both of these energies, to help us rebalance the waters of life, our emotions, our energy field, all of those kinds of things. It's about remaining grounded while we're going through that process. I mean, these 7 white stars are said to link to the chakras in the body, so big theme of energetic healing. Great time to even see a healer and get some Reiki or something like that. Temperance talks about getting back into a place where you're stable and solid again. I mean, this triangle here on the Angel's Gowan, that is, the most stable structure. You can push on any side of that shape and it's never going to collapse. So it's really, for me, I think of that triangle and the 3 sides as our 3 pillars of our wellness, our mental health, emotional health, and physical health. And when we rebalance them, and get them into an equilibrium, that's when we're unshakable, that's when we're unstable, and that's when we're in a great place to move forward and manifest our desires. Temperance is about, knowing when you have the right ingredients in order to move forward with an opportunity. This combination here says that although you might have come out of a dark time, you might have had a relationship dissolve, you might have left a job or career, you may have even lost a job, been made redundant, you might have left a friendship. It says that is all for a reason. It's all predestined. It was divinely guided. You had life lessons or karmic contracts with those people. But now the promise is of a new dawn, a new day, something much brighter on the horizon that wants to grow and expand for you. And the Star, there's always that saying with the Star of make a wish on the Star. I think some of you are on the footing of a new chapter, so it's a great time to do some manifesting. And it all shifts now, Leo. I mean, we have the 6 of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles as your current energies. So, that 6 of Wands again sort of backs up what we've been saying. This is somebody who has gone through difficult times, who's gone through a difficult situation, and is now, riding out of that with their head held high, with confidence intact. So it says, although you might have been through a difficult time, you've had a hard journey, now you are riding into easier times, and you've been victorious in that. You're now moving into a place of greater balance, a place of greater harmony. We have the number 6 here, which is all about those things. It's the kind of change that people can actually recognize in you and see that you've made a shift, you've released something, and you really are back in your power. And with that Ace of Pentacles, the universe is going to acknowledge that you've done some great work here in completing this contract, that you really have pushed through. This is a gift that's coming in from the universe, that Ace of Pentacles. But it says that, there might have been a mountain to climb, a portal to go through, a path to walk before you've been able to get to this point. Because, you had some big contract there to clear. So that Ace of Pentacles, is a physical, material possibility or opportunity coming in for you. It can be monetary, could be a well-paying job, a little windfall of money, an opportunity for solidity and security. So it could be in the home front as well. But with all opportunities that come in, aces being the number 1 in the suit of Pentacles. They're like seeds, and we need to nurture them and water them and love them to grow and expand them, because this is the pure potential of the opportunity. This is the beginning of it. This is the conversation that you have to someone that leads to something bigger. This is the flicking through the newspaper or online directory and seeing that brilliant job that seems too good to be true and deciding to apply for it. It's that kind of synchronicity. So be on the lookout for it this week, because this is the right time for you, after coming back into balance, to attract in those opportunities that can really go the distance in your physical realm. Because these cards here are such a great progression from that. I mean, if we look at these two side by side, if that 6 of Wands was you, slowly riding out of a difficult situation with your head held high, now we're breaking into a gallop. If the Ace of Pentacles was the seeds of opportunity that are just being planted, then this is the harvest in the next season. So this is the progression. So it's saying that the things that you do this week, the progress that you make, has the ability to expand rapidly into something really, really solid, really secure. So that Knight of Wands is a passionate, adventurous explorer of life. He's taking the, enthusiastic action in order to move things along, in order to move along the manifestations that you might be working on this week. Can also be a fire sign person coming in to help you in some way. So that would be a Aries, another fellow Leo or Sagittarius. But the actions that you take, they're going to be rewarded, Leo, because here we have the 9 of Pentacles. So it's almost the 10 of Pentacles. It's almost the, the complete picture of stability, security, of money, of abundance. The 9 of Pentacles talks about self-sufficiency, of, quality, having personal value and material value as well. This is the Ace of Pentacles expanding into something, really great. Talks about luxury as well. That little snail here in that left-hand corner can be the reminder that sometimes these things take time. The Pentacles is the slower moving energy in the tarot. So we need to make sure that we're planting the seeds this week, but we don't expect them to bloom overnight. I do see this as being fast progress, but fast progress in terms of universal realms might be a few months, might be 6 months. But either way, it's time to take that right action, because this is all heading somewhere really, really beneficial for you, Leo. Beautiful reading. I really love this. Very positive. And don't forget to, reach out to your angels, spirits, guides. Ask for guidance. Ask for help where you need it. Okay, Leo, that's what I have for you this week. It's a beautiful reading. I wish you all the best with it. Keep in mind it is a general reading, so it won't be for every Leo. And leave me a comment if you'd like to share how it's unfolding in your daily life, because I always love to hear that. And I'll see you back here next week for another reading.